As we continue to watch inflation, or the general rate of increase in prices for consumer goods and services, as measured over a 12-month period by the Statistical Institute of Jamaica, we see a general reduction in inflation with an uptick over the last 3 months. Inflation has generally trended downwards since peaking at 11.8% in April 2022 to reach within the target range of 4% to 6%, with 5.8% being recorded at April this year. This positive trend of slowing inflation resulted from Bank of Jamaica's tight monetary policy of containing liquidity, which served to maintain a stable exchange rate and in so doing, continued to reduce the impact of imported inflation. The general fall in the cost of imported commodities like grains and crude oil, as well as shipping costs, also helped to reduce inflation in Jamaica since April last year. As we examine the factors that influence the general rate of increase in prices over the 12 months to July 2023, in this episode of Inflation Watch, we see that consumer prices increased by 6.6% over the year to July 2023. This was slightly above the headline inflation at June 2023 of 6.3%. Like the annual inflation at June, the July 2023 headline inflation outturn was again outside the target range. However, inflation is projected to generally decelerate to the bank's inflation target by December 2023 quarter, and with the exception of a few months in 2024, remain there. The general increase in the price level in July resulted primarily from continued increases in the cost of food and non-alcoholic beverages, higher prices for restaurant and accommodation services, as well as for furnishings, household equipment, and routine household maintenance compared to July 2022. The rise in food prices in July this year continued to stem from increases in the cost of starchy foods and vegetables such as yellow yam, sweet potatoes, Irish potatoes, carrot, tomato, and cabbages. The higher cost of these items were influenced by the impact of exceptionally high temperatures being experienced across the island. The increased cost of restaurant and accommodation services reflected higher prices for meals consumed away from home. Meanwhile, the rise in the price of furnishing, household equipment, and routine household maintenance was due to the impact of the recently announced increase in the national minimum wage approved by the government of Jamaica. These prices were, however, partly offset by a decline in transport-related costs.
Join us next month on Inflation Watch to see what the inflation number will be.